Hey guys, it's Cheap Comic Collector. Welcome back. This is episode number 38, I think. And today, while I was going through some cataloging of older comics and rebagging some stuff, I realized that I had every issue of Donald Duck Beach Party. And I thought that might make a fun video to go through, so we're going to take a look at these. I'm not gonna open up every single issue and show you what's inside. I'll show you the front and back covers of all of them. But number one is from 1954, and it's got a wraparound cover. And this is, of course, the Dell Giants, which were kind of like annuals. It was the Dell version of annuals. They were 25 cents. Usually 100 pages. I think eventually they were a little less than that page count. And they came out once a year. So this series had 6 issues. It ran up to 1959. And look at that artwork for a Disney comic. I mean, come on, that's just gorgeous. And inside, this one's falling apart a little bit. It's got a loose front page. There was usually comics. Usually Donald Duck is on the main comic, and then other characters would have stories as well. A lot of times it would be, well, I'll show you when we get to it. But a lot of the time, they'd have like a puzzle pages, activity pages. Seen it. Come across quite a few where these are written in. Somebody did the crossword. And then the other stories will be like comic books that they're actually reading while they're camping out at the beach or whatever. So, it goes into a goofy story, but it's actually this comic book that they're reading. So, kind of just gives the whole issue a framework to tie it all together. You got Goofy and Mickey doing some kind of boxing match. I haven't read these in a long time. I should probably reread them. And then we got Uncle Scrooge. Let's see what Uncle Scrooge is up to. Looks like it got Gladstone Gander in there. He's always a good foil for the ducks. And then kind of an oddball story, the issue of 3 Little Pigs. And we have Minnie Mouse. Comes up with Clarabelle in this issue. And then Brer Rabbit, who I don't think was ever one of my favorites, but since Disney's trying to cancel him, I kind of like him now. Splash Mountain at Disney World was always my very favorite ride, and I'm kind of heartbroken that they're changing it. And, so, got a Grandma Duck story. Mickey's nephew's in a story with Pluto. And then they got the inside back cover. And then, of course, we already took a look at that painted back cover, which is just gorgeous. And then issue number 2 is pretty much more of the same. Just a variety of stories in it, all tied together with an overall theming of some sort. Usually it's the comic book thing. Once they hit on that, they kind of just went with that. But this, I believe, is also a wraparound. Yep. So you got the artwork's not quite as cool as the first issue, but it's a little bit stylized. But it's fun. Number 3 from 1956 is another kind of stylized, painted look to them. This one actually has an ad on the back cover. I don't know if there's variants without the ads. I know some of the Dell issues have, especially the 4-color issues, they have variants where there's an ad and there's not an ad, so it's kind of odd. Number 4, still got a painted cover. And then on the back, you've got like an activity. So what they want you to do is cut this out and make this beach ball balancing figure of Donald Duck. And they had a lot of those kind of activities in the Dell Giants. I've never actually seen an issue where anything's been cut out. So I think that's cool that the kids back then loved the comics so much, and these are cool comics, that they didn't bother to go ahead and try and do that. Now, of course, today you could just scan, any kid's just going to scan it and do what they want with it without cutting up their comic book. But back then, all you could do was cut up your comic if you wanted to do that. Number 5, 1958. Looks like more of a hand-drawn than a painted cover, but it can't quite tell. It may be. And another cutout on the back of this one, Donald's Whirligig cutout, where I guess he's supposed to make it somehow, so he's balancing or spinning on top of the seal, which would be cool. Maybe I should scan these and actually make some of them. That might be a fun video. Then we got another cover here, Donald Duck's Beach Party number 6, 1959. This is the last issue. Eventually, Dell Giants, instead of having the individual numbering, they just went to an overall numbering system. But they used other characters besides Disney. And this one's got a cutout too, a beach bound. Looks like you just cut out like a little cardboard car. It's got Mickey and Minnie and Donald and Daisy and the nephews on it. So those are pretty cool. I like those. And yeah, maybe I should scan some of those and try and make them and see how that turns out. I don't know if I'll do that or not. That seems like a little time consuming, but I like the idea. So thank you. Please like and subscribe. Tomorrow we should have some more comics to look through, some new acquisitions. I have a eBay. These are being filmed a couple days ahead of time, but tomorrow there's some deliveries with comics, and I am actually going to try and go to a comic tent show where they have like 200 boxes of 50-cent comics, which you can get if you buy like an entire box. You can get the whole box for like $50 or something. So I've been to one other of this guy's sales. They're really awesome. I'm going to try and get there tomorrow. Won't really know until tomorrow if I can make it or not. So take care, guys. Thank you for liking. Thank you for subscribing. I really appreciate everybody who's subscribed and are watching these videos. It really is helping my self-confidence a lot. And thank you very much. And I will see you tomorrow.